Yarn sensation. Just click on my yarn lady or click the subscribe button. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Yarn Sensation, and you know that I am happy that you are here with me today. Don't forget to subscribe and like and share my videos. And if you are a subscriber, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm happy that you're here as well with me today on this video. So with this video, I had called it Cute Little Church Dress, and the reason I gave it that name, when I made it, it's been a while since I crocheted this pattern. It was just cute, and it had that church appearance to me. So I gave it that name, Cute Little Doll Church Dress. And recently I went to Joann because I heard the rumor that they were closing, and yes, they are closing. So I did purchase a couple bundles of yarn. I have the big twist, and that's the one that I will be using to crochet this dress in this tutorial, and it is for medium weight yarn, and I will be using a 5.00 millimeter crochet hook. And also I purchased another yarn from Joann, and it's by Lion brand, and I will show that as well. And what I did, I also crocheted the dress earlier using the Lion brand, and it is a weight 3 and it's light, and I usually only use my 4 medium weight yarn or worst weight yarn to crochet anything. It is thick when you use the 4 weight yarn, but I prefer that one. Just the feel of the yarn is better for my hands. So using the Lion brand 3 light, the dress, the same dress that I use with my 4 medium weight yarn or 4-ply yarn, when you use that 3 light, the dress will be tighter and it will have a shorter length. If you use the 4-ply yarn, the dress will be bigger and longer. And the reason I wanted to test the lightweight yarn is because one of our yarn stationers used one of the patterns, and they chose to use a lightweight yarn to make the dress. And unfortunately, not this dress but another pattern, unfortunately the dress did not fit the 18-inch doll, but I stated for the 4-ply yarn to be used with the pattern. So if you do use one of the patterns and you use a different size yarn weight, then the dress will probably not fit your 18-inch doll, or it may be a tighter fit and a shorter look. So you will have to experiment with that, and most likely you may have to use more chain stitches, but the pattern will work. You just will have to play with it a little to get it to work. So with all that said, I will miss Joann, and I hate that one of our craft stores closing. I had, back years ago, maybe 7 years ago, Joann was like my favorite store to shop for my craft items. And then Hobby Lobby came, and that was and still is my go-to store for my craft, unless I'm shopping on Amazon, for mainly tools on Amazon. So I hate losing, one of our stores that we enjoy going to get our supplies from, and just to, walk around in it and breathe in that beauty, that sense of peace and calm. My daughter, she loves Joann because she loves to sew, and to me, Joann has more of a selection of fabric for everyone to use, and then they have that large counter to sit at to pick your patterns, to thumb through the, the different pattern books. So yeah, we will miss Joann's. So with all that said, let's get started on this pattern. Okay, to get started, I will be using a 5.00 millimeter crochet hook. You will need your yarn needle, a pair of scissors, and I will be using Big Twist, and it is a medium 4, and the color of this one is Happy Rainbow, and you're welcome to use any color yarn that you prefer. And I want to make this beginner friendly, so while we are working on this project, I stated in the pattern that you will need a total of 16 stitch markers, and that is optional, but if you're a beginner, it may help as we work the beginning of this pattern. So once you have your tools, let's get started. So the next step for row 1, you want to place 1 single crochet in that second chain from the hook, 1 single crochet into the next chain, 1 single crochet into the next chain, and 1 single crochet into the next chain. And you want to place 1 single crochet in each chain, and we will meet back at our last chain. I am completing that last single crochet. So my row 1 is complete. So next for row 2, you want to chain 2, turn your work, so next in that first stitch you will be placing 2 double crochets. In your next stitch you will be placing 2 double crochets. In the next 3 stitches you will place 1 double crochet. So next you will be placing 2 double crochets into the next stitch, 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches, okay, so the pattern will repeat. You will be repeating 2 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in the next 1, 2, 3, and you want to repeat that pattern, 2 double crochets in 1 stitch, 1 double crochet in the next 3 stitches. You will repeat that until you get to the last 4 stitches, and we will meet back there. Okay, so I made it to my last 4 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you want to place 2 double crochet in each one of those stitches. And before we go to our next row, make sure that you have your total of 60 double crochets. For row 3, you want to chain 2. You will turn your work. You want to place 1 double crochet in each stitch across, and you will have a total of 60 double crochets for row 3. So in this first stitch, 1 double crochet, next stitch, 1 double crochet, next stitch, 1 double crochet, and you just want to repeat across, placing 1 double crochet in each stitch, and we will meet back at the end of row 3. I am completing my last stitch. For row 4, you want to chain 1, turn your work. For this row, you will be completing 1 single crochet in each stitch across. So in that first stitch, 1 single crochet, next stitch, 1 single crochet, next stitch, 1 single crochet, and you just want to repeat that across, and we will meet back at our last stitch. I am completing that last stitch for row 4. So next we will be starting our row 5. So what you will do next, and this is if you need the stitch marker, you may not need them, so I will show you what I do with the stitch markers as a helper. Okay, I'm just going to remove my crochet hook for a little. So what I want to do is place a stitch marker in my first stitch, because this pattern in the first 4 stitches will be double crochet. So this will be our first double crochet, next stitch the second double crochet, the next stitch the third double crochet, and the next stitch is the 4th double crochet. So I want to place my stitch marker in my first and my 4th stitches. So this is just a reminder that I will be placing 4 double crochets, 1 double crochet in each one of these 4 stitches. That's to get started. So for the next part of the pattern, you will be completing front post triples. So you will see it better once we start working on it. But you will basically be reaching down to the second row. You will pass this row and reach to the second row. So when you're doing this, you will be skipping these top stitches, and we need 4 front post triples. So you will be skipping a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 single crochets on this top row. So for a reminder, you know that you will be skipping 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. So go to that next stitch and place a stitch marker. And we will be repeating the beginning. So you will be placing 1 double crochet here, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 1 double crochet in this next stitch, and 1 double crochet in this stitch. So we want to place our stitch marker here, and that's letting us know that when we see these stitch markers, we will be having double crochets in that set. And then next will be our front post triple. So we will have a total of 4. So we want to skip 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this next stitch, we need to place a stitch marker. And this letting us know that, okay, we will be placing a double crochet in that stitch. Nothing will be in these stitches that we are skipping. And then you need a total of 4 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So place that stitch marker there. And that will repeat to the end of the row. So what I will do is go ahead and place the stitch markers, and then I will show you how to work this row. Okay, so I have completed the stitch markers across. Nothing special, no changes. I ran out of my white stitch markers, so I just had to complete the steps with my green. Okay, so let me show you how this works. Okay, so for row 5, to get started, you want to chain 2. You will be turning your work. And you may not need the stitch markers, but this is just for us that may need them. So in that first stitch marker, the first stitch, complete 1 double crochet. And you will be moving the stitch marker into the stitch that you just completed. And you need to complete a double crochet in the next 1, 2, 3 stitches. And this last one will go into the stitch with the stitch marker. Okay, so now I want to move this stitch marker up to that stitch. Okay, so here's the fun part. So for our next step, we need to complete our front post triple, and we will be working them around the posts of row 2. So we need to skip our first 4 double crochets. So this first one is a chain of 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's skip those. Wrap your yarn around your hook 2 times. 1, 2. And remember the stitch. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Place your hook behind that post. Pull your yarn behind that post. Pull your yarn through 2 loops, 2 loops, and 2 loops, and you completed a front post triple. You need to complete that 1, 2, 3 more times. Wrap your yarn around the hook 2 times, place it behind that next post, pull up, complete 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so we need to repeat that 2 more times around my next post. And let's repeat it again. Okay, so this is what your work will look like. You have your 4 double crochets, you have your 4 triples, So next you want to go to this stitch marker, because see, that's why I placed the stitch marker, because if this get move around, you may want to go into this stitch, but we want to go into this one. So in that stitch, you want to complete a double crochet. Move your stitch marker up. And complete your 3 more double crochets. Completing that last one. And I will move this stitch marker to the last one that I completed. Okay, so that is what your work will look like. Okay, so now we want to repeat that pattern across to the last set of stitch marker. So this last set of stitch markers will be your double crochets. So what we will do is work a few more together, and then we can finish the row by ourselves and meet back at the end of the row. So I completed my triple, and this was the stitch that I used on row 2. So I need to go to the next, and I need to count over 1, 2, 3, 4, because I will skip those, and then go to my next one and complete that triple. And I need to repeat that 3 more times. Okay, so next I will complete my double crochet into that stitch marker stitch. Move this stitch marker up and complete my next 3 double crochets. And complete that last double crochet and move my stitch marker up. Okay, so what you want to do is repeat the pattern to the end, and we will meet back at our last set of stitch markers. Okay, so I am completing my last set of double crochets. Okay, so that's pretty with the different colors of the rainbow. Okay, so next we are on row 6. You want to chain 1, turn your work. So for this row, we will single crochet across, and you want to move these stitch markers up with each single crochet. So go ahead and complete your single crochets across and we will meet back at the end of this row, completing that last single crochet. So for row 7, you want to chain 2, turn your work, and this will be another fun row. In the first 4 stitches, you want to complete 1 double crochet, I'm just going to remove these 2 stitch markers. I definitely do not need them anymore. So now we're at our front post triple. So what we will be doing next is skipping the first 2 front post triples, and we will be working on the last 2. So wrap your yarn around your hook 2 times, place your hook beneath that 3rd front post, pull up a loop and go through your 2 loops each. And I'm going to move this stitch marker, it is in my way. And the last front post triple, complete a front post triple around that. Okay, and then we need to go back and work these 2 front post triple. So wrap your yarn around 2 times, place your hook beneath this first front post triple, and complete your triple. And you want to go back to the 2nd front post triple, wrap your yarn around 2 times, place it beneath that 2nd front post triple, and complete your triple. So what we did was cross over. If you can see it, it crosses over. So next you want to go to your next double crochet and complete a double crochet. Go to your next stitch, a double crochet, next stitch, a double crochet, next stitch, a double crochet. So you will have your 4 double crochet. So we need to repeat. So you want to skip the first 2 front post triples and go to those last 2, complete the 3rd one first, and then complete the 4th one. And go back and complete the first 2. And go to your next double crochet and complete a double crochet. Okay, so that will be the pattern that you want to repeat across, and we will meet back. And we will meet back at the last set. Okay, for our next row, you want to chain 1, turn your work. You will place 1/2 double crochet into this first stitch, 1/2 double crochet into the next stitch, 1/2 double crochet into the next stitch, and just repeat across 1/2 double crochet in each stitch, and we will meet back at the end of this row. Completing my last 1/2 double crochet. So next you want to chain 1, turn your work. Okay, so for this row, we need to prepare for the armholes, so you will need a total of 4 stitch markers, and you can start from one of the ends, either the left or right side, and you want to count over 9 stitches. Place a stitch marker in that 9th stitch, and then from the 9th count to 24, so 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and place your stitch marker. And you want to repeat the same for this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, so next what you will do is turn your work so that the wrong side is facing you, and you just want to fold it over, and you can connect these stitch markers together, and what that is doing is creating the armhole for the doll's arm, and you want to repeat the same for this side. Okay, so this will be the back of the dress, and this will be the front of the dress. So the next step that we will do is join these sides together. And to join, you just want to slip stitch into the stitch right up here, so that will be between that chain 1 and that first 1/2 double crochet. Slip stitch to join, and once you do that, you want to chain 1, turn your work, so you have that joined together. Okay, so next you want to place 1/2 double crochet into that next stitch, 1/2 double crochet into the next stitch, 1/2 double crochet into that next stitch, 1/2 double crochet into the 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 next stitch, and 1/2 double crochet into that next stitch. When you reach your stitch marker, you will be completing a 1/2 double crochet decrease. So wrap your yarn around your hook, place it into that first stitch with the stitch marker, pull up a loop, wrap your yarn around your hook, and place your hook into the next stitch with your second stitch marker, and you want to pull through all loops on the hook, and you just completed a half double crochet decrease, and you can remove these stitch markers. Next, you will place 1 half double crochet into the next stitch and 1 half double crochet in each stitch until you get to your stitch marker stitch, and we will meet there. Okay, so I have reached my stitch marker stitch, so I need to complete a half double crochet decrease. Wrap your yarn around your hook, place it into that stitch with the first stitch marker, pull up a loop, wrap your yarn around your hook, and place it into the stitch with the second stitch marker. Pull through all loops on the hook, and you can remove your stitch marker. Okay, so next you want to place 1 half double crochet into the next 7 stitches. And in your last stitch, you will complete 2 half double crochets. And that round is complete. And for your next round, in your next stitch, you want to place 2 half double crochets. You can place a stitch marker in that first half double crochet that you just made. You will place 1 half double crochet in each stitch around, and when you get to your last 2 stitches, you want to place 2 half double crochet in each one of those stitches, and we will meet back at the last 2 stitches of this row. So place 1 half double crochet in each stitch, and we will meet back at the last 2 stitches. Okay, I'm at my last 2 stitches, so I want to complete 2 half double crochet in each one of those stitches. Next, we will begin working on the skirt part of our dress. So you can remove this stitch marker. And what you want to do next is slip stitch into the next stitch. You want to chain 2, place 1 single crochet into that same stitch, chain 2, 1 single crochet into the next stitch, chain 2, 1 single crochet into the next stitch, chain 2, 1 single crochet into the next stitch, chain 2, 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and you will repeat that pattern around, and we will meet back at our last stitch. Okay, I am at my last stitch, completing that single crochet. So next I want to join with a slip stitch into my first chain 2 space, and I want to chain 3, place a single crochet into that same stitch. Before I move on, I will be placing a stitch marker in that chain 3, and that's just for a reminder when I get back around from my next row. So once I chain 3 single crochet in the same stitch, next I want to chain 2, place 1 single crochet into that next stitch, chain 2, 1 single crochet into that next chain 2 space, chain 2, 1 single crochet into that next chain 2 space, chain 2, and this will be the pattern. You want to chain 2, 1 single crochet into your chain 2 space, and you want to repeat that around back to your stitch marker where you will slip stitch into that stitch where your stitch marker is at, and we will meet back at the end of this row. Okay, so I'm back at my last chain 2, complete that single crochet, and for my next row I will slip stitch into that chain 3 with my stitch marker. I want to chain 3, and I will place 1 single crochet into that stitch, move my stitch marker up, and this pattern repeats from the previous row. So you want to chain 2 next and place 1 single crochet into that next chain 2 space, and repeat that around, chain 2, single crochet back to your stitch marker, and you can move your stitch marker up to each row. You want to repeat your row of chain 3, 1 single crochet into that chain space, chain 2, 1 single crochet into the next chain 2 space. You want to repeat that row around until you reach row 22, and we will meet back at the end. I have completed my last round for this pattern, so to end this we will have 2 more rows. So next you will slip stitch into that chain 3. You want to chain 1, and for the next row you will place 1/2 double crochet into that same stitch, 1/2 double crochet into the single crochet, 1/2 double crochet into the next chain 2 space, 1/2 double crochet into that single crochet, and this pattern will repeat around. So you want to place 1/2 double crochet into your chain 2 space, 1/2 double crochet into that next single crochet, and you just want to repeat that pattern around back to your starting point, and we will meet back at the last stitch. I'm completing my last single crochet into my single crochet, and next I will slip stitch into that chain 1, and this will be our last row. So for our last row you want to place 1 single crochet into that same stitch, 1 single crochet into the next stitch, 1 single crochet into the next stitch, 1 single crochet into the next stitch, and you just want to repeat around, placing 1 single crochet in each stitch, and we will meet back at the end of the round. Okay, I'm completing my last single crochet, and I will cut my yarn here, leave a little to weave into my work. Pull that yarn through, thread it onto my yarn needle, and I want to go to my next single crochet, push that yarn through, pull it together, and I want to go through that last, and I want to go through the back stitch of the next. Okay, and I just want to weave this yarn tail into the wrong side of my work. So next, any other yarn tails that you have, go ahead and weave those in, and we will meet back. You have completed your dress. So the next thing you will do is decide on the closure that you want for the back, and I will be using Velcro. So this is the back side, this is the front side, and you just crochet that with Yarnsensation. What a cute little dress. And I hope you guys enjoy making this dress, and I will see you soon for the next tutorial. Thank you for spending a little time with Yarnsensation.